Oh, nothing. He was a fine classical musician.
And he was your first
He was
teacher?
my first piano teacher.
And what was his full name?
William Bornheft, Bornhoeft, and I took Dad took Rudy and me to Bornheft, and Bornheft was taught 5th and 6th grade in the Lutheran school, and Dad said, which one of these two should take piano lessons? And Bornheft naturally took the younger one, which was me. Rudy had quite a musical talent. He played a guitar. He had a little machine at home, you know, electronic, and he played. And really, he probably had more talent than I did. I don't know, but I lucked out. And then Bornett, he was the choir director, but he's from across the river, and he inveigled me into accompanying the choir. The choir in the front end of the church, they had 3 steps, you know, and they were in there, right in the very front of the church. And accompanying the choir, we got 300 people back there, you know. I had no choice but to keep practicing. Because I grew up, John, I grew up next to a river. I'm down there fishing and swimming, and, you know. And
so was he pretty strict, pretty demanding? Was he a pretty demanding teacher?
Oh yeah, he's a good teacher, And
did he teach you organ? Did he teach you how to play the organ?
Yeah. Well, what happened? Here I'm on this Baldwin, a nice Baldwin piano, a baby grand, in the front of the church, and then they had a congregational meeting, and the guy pipes up and says, "Hey, why don't we train our own organist instead of that guy from across the river, Krauss, you know?" And so they voted me free organ lessons. So I got free organ lessons from Bornhoeft, and then they fired him, you know. Well, he was, you know, he had a good job from across the river, but then they got a couple of hard-headed Germans got into a big squabble, you know. There was just one big Lutheran church in town, Emmanuel Lutheran on the east side, and then this multi-millionaire who was smart enough to use the river to run the turbine and got free electricity, and he manufactured hand tools for South America. You know, the guy was really smart. He had no cost at all for power and so on. And he exported all this stuff. Anyway, I got these three free lessons, and then they fired him. And then they were going to build a school, and the millionaire said, "That's enough. I'll build a church." And he built Bethlehem Lutheran Church. Not a dime was collected from anybody. He just built the church and gave it to the congregation, and I proceeded to...
And what about the pipe organ they put in there?
They put that in there too. He bought the pipe organ.
Was it a nice pipe organ?
Oh, ST, it's still going. Built in Brattleboro, Vermont in 1911. It's still going, Jeff.
And so you...
beautiful.
You were about 16 years old when you started playing for church?
16, when
1938.
I was yeah, 1938.
1938.
Yeah, sophomore in high school. Yeah, so that's how I got started.
Yeah.
But this guy was so smart. Fierke was his name, F-I-E-R-K-E, Fred Fierke. And he was a stubborn cuss, you know. But he...
So is that... Bethlehem Lutheran, is that Dundee or West Dundee?
Bethlehem is in West Dundee.
West Dundee, Illinois.
The river's in the middle. And the original church was all Emmanuel. See?
Oh, that's right. It's on the west side of the river. Okay.
Yeah.
West Dundee, Illinois.
So
okay.
That's how I got started. And I had I resigned from taking music jobs when I started working for the metal service, a wholesale outfit, you know. That was in January 2nd, 1960. And I worked for 25 years. It was like having my own company. I had unlimited expense accounts and everything, you know.
Yeah.
It was pretty lucky.